Hello, happy Tuesday. This is Darren Roberts, Master Trainer at Impact Training Corporation and the Abundance Accelerant. Welcome to the Tuesday Tickle and Tick, show number 46. Today, 4 times focus, 8-week sprint. 4 times focus, 8-week sprint. We've got about 8 weeks till Christmas, so I'm going to give you 4 things to focus on over 4 different areas of your sales cycle for the next 8 weeks. So whether you're a business at this time of year that thrives, maybe in retail, or if you're a business that maybe it slows down a little bit, I'm going to give you some tips of best sales, best practice, and I'm going to get you to choose one of 4 different categories. So we have 4 things in total to focus on for the next 8 weeks. So the 4 different categories are planning for your targets, lead generation, telephone skills, and face-to-face skills. I'm going to rattle off very quickly some things that you need to have within each of those 4 areas, and you're going to choose one of those in every 4. So you have 4 things to focus on to implement over the next 8 weeks to increase conversion. Make sure you finish the year off with great pride and excitement. So let's kick off with planning. As we've discussed, many of the problems that happen in business is fingers crossed approach. People open their doors, they hope people walk in, they got their fingers crossed, I hope we get enough leads to make budget. But that is reactive. We need to change that reactive mindset to a proactive mindset so that you're in control of achieving your targets. So firstly, for the next 8 weeks, you need a target. Maybe it's number of sales, maybe it's income, maybe it's number of clients. It is easier to work a planning for good days formula with the number of clients or number of sessions or number of sales rather than a dollar value. So you'll know your average dollar value of sales. So divide that through the target of income that you want, and that'll give you how many sales you need to make. But as a word of warning, remember, if you're a membership-based business, you also need to buffer in how many cancellations would you expect over the next 8 weeks? Or in retail, how many refunds would you expect in the next 8 weeks from what your history tells you? Add that to your target, so you've got a total new sales or total sales target. Now that's great that you've got a target, but how are we going to achieve it? We need to use that planning for good days formula where you work backwards through some key performance indicators. It might be a close percentage or a show percentage, an appointment percentage, maybe a lead to contact percentage. So now you know how many sales you need for the next 8 weeks, but you're also going to know how many presentations do you need to do, how many appointments need to be booked, how many people you need to speak to or contact, and also how many leads you need. So that could be choose one of those things. Maybe it's to start recording KPIs. Maybe it's to have a target and a plan within your business. If you want more detail on the planning for good days, go back to show 10 and 34 and you'll get the full detail on planning for good days. The second part is lead generation. What are you going to do lead generation? Pick one thing to focus on over the next 8 weeks for lead generation. Internally, it could be using your databases. You've got a whole bunch of databases, maybe of people that have bought from you before, maybe members that have been at your facility or used your services before that aren't anymore, maybe inquiries that came through that didn't become clients and customers. So what can you do to go and communicate with them, add value, and offer an opportunity for your products and services? You have current clients and members. So what can we do to give them an opportunity to invite family and friends to take advantage, to recommend your products or services, or as it's sometimes called, refer your products and services to family and friends? Can you do an SMS or an MMS campaign in either of those areas to attract people to you? Externally, can you increase the collaborations with local sporting groups or cafes or businesses around the area? Remember, it's not about you going out to them and saying, can you help me with lead generation? It's about you saying, how can I help you through our members? That creates value, and then you can do a contra arrangement where that you help each other. Both helping each other increase business. How good's that? Is it with sporting groups? Can you go and speak at events? Can you research the fates and the fairs and the outreach opportunities that you have to get involved in the local community? Social media. Can you increase the conversations that is occurring through social media? Do some great posts educational posts, value-based posts. Go back and see who's liked, commented, or shared and start a conversation with them. Hey, thanks for liking my post. How are things with you? That'll generate some interest and some conversations, which will lead to leads. By the way, we partner with Complete Online Marketing, who can do a free marketing muscle up for you to assess your social media skills within your business. So if you'd like that, just put com in the comments below and we'll get Richard and the crew to get in contact with you. Telephone skills. Do you have a prompt or are you just having your team wing it? You'll increase conversion when you have a prompt. Not to be a robot, but just have a template to work with. They put their own personality in. Are you building rapport and mutual commonality? Go back to show 1 to get a deeper understanding of that. Are you being seen as an expert by teaching something the prospect doesn't know? Are you referring to your unique selling points where you're the first or the only in the local area to do something? If you can be seen as an expert and you're only one in the area to do something, you'll get market share. Are you using the T strategy and an action plan or a success plan as the reason why they're going to come and visit you? Or if you're the type of business that goes and visits them, that's where you create that appointment through using the success or action plan. You can go back to show 32 for all things telephone skills. Are you creating some emotions through the 4 W's? Not the 4 W's and a H. We use the H face to face, but the 4 W's because we know people buy emotionally, not logically. Do you have an alternate choice for the time to do your demonstration or explanation to go out to them or for them to come to you? And if you confirmed what's going to happen when you do get face to face so there's no surprises. So which one of those for telephone are you going to focus on the next 8 weeks? And the fourth part, of course, is your face-to-face skills. Now, we could go all day on this, but let me give you a few. Are you making great first impressions? 2 to 5 seconds to make that great first impression. Go to show 24 and 36 to get a deeper understanding of that. Do you have a needs analysis? Because we know people make decisions and take in information visual, auditory, and kinesthetically, so we need to present all 3. You can go back to show 26 for VAC training. So do you have a needs analysis? Are you using your action plan when they come into your demonstration and explanation? Are you just rushing into talking about your products or services, or are you diagnosing a problem before prescribing a solution? The diagnosis is 80% of the success of your sales cycle. So do you have a needs analysis? Are you doing questioning sequences like the 4 W's and a H to create that emotion, that compelling reason before you prescribe your products and services? Are you using the importance strategy, which combines a lot of that together? Because if you say it, the customer doubts it. But if the customer is involved in the conversation like it's their idea, then they believe it's true. Go back to show 23 for the importance strategy. Are you preventing objections before they come up? Once you've diagnosed that problem, now you get to prescribe your products and services. Are you doing that in a Phoebe model, red to green brain, get a yes response? Show 7 will help you with that. Are you doing at least 3 of those? Are you getting involved in your products and services? Are you doing transition questions from your demonstration explanation to your price presentation to prevent objections? Do you have an alternate choice price presentation which is emotions based, not just logic based? Do you have a secondary spend component because that'll increase value and increase conversion? Show 9 and show 23 can help you with secondary spend alternate choices. Are you taking out all those yucky red brain sales killing words which hurt conversion? Show 25 will help you with that. And are you overcoming objections if they do happen to come up? Show 13 can help you with that. So I want you to go back. Hope you've been writing madly, or go back and watch it again. I've just rattled off heaps of areas in planning, in lead generation, in telephone, and in face-to-face skills. I want you to pick one in each of those 4. So you've got 4 things to focus on. Put in the comments below what 4 things you're going to focus on for the next 8 weeks. You're also invited to our Sales Authority Club live event in Sydney on the 29th of November. We're actually going to focus on that conversion aspect, which is 80% of the success of your sales cycle. So put event in the comments below and we'll look forward to giving you some information there. Talk soon.